do a silk press one-on-one today. On top of that, it's gonna be drugstore. So super beginner friendly. So if you need help with your silk press, we're gonna take it from this mess to this. And you're gonna get your hair done. You're gonna find some good products that are affordable. I'm gonna walk you through it because we have an epidemic happening in this country. Silk presses are going for $300, $400, $500. How we even get there, I have no idea. Hey y'all, welcome back. We're about to do wash day. If you hear the washing machine out there, it's washing too, okay? All right, so let's get into this. We're doing a drugstore wash day, as the title says. I'm using 4 brand new products. I always tell you guys, if you are working a new product into your routine, maybe don't do that on one wash day, you know? Maybe working a new shampoo and conditioner and then the next time a new leave-in, you know? So if things go awry, you know what caused the problem. When you work in too many products at once, you kind of just don't know. 2 of our new products. This is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate and Repair Shampoo and Conditioner. I haven't used very much Shea Moisture, to be honest with you. If you guys have ever used Shea Moisture, leave a comment down below. Let me know what products you like. What have you used? What don't you like? You know, I usually don't leave in conditioner for super long, so I'm also going in with a deep conditioner because I feel like my hair needs it. The deep conditioner is new, and I just want you to hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. This is the Mielle Babasu and Mint Deep Conditioner. Now, we know Mielle has had some slander thrown her way. Let's go ahead and talk about this now, because I know y'all gonna talk about it in the comments. I know how you kitchen beauticians get. Y'all are chatty just like how you be in the salons, and I actually love it. I think it was a combination of things. One, we know that there was like a schmear campaign. I can't remember how they proved it, but it was basically like, I think it was either a brand or an influencer was paying people to say bad things about this brand. 2, a lot of people, after that person came out and said that, or people, whoever it was, I don't know who it was, I'm not saying nothing, baby, don't come after me with no litigation. After that, a lot of people start saying, yeah, me too, and the pitchforks came out. I think the problem was, though, when a lot of people started coming out and saying, yeah, me too, after further investigation and what it looked like on my end, people were using the products wrong. They were using products frequently that they should have been using infrequently. They should have been using it sparingly, and they was using these products every day. Saying all that to say, let's hold our tongues on this one, because I know some of y'all gonna come in, and I know some of y'all gonna do it anyway, even though I said hold our tongue. Some of y'all gonna come in here and be like, girl, your hair gonna fall out. It's gonna be gone. Your hair is gone. It says protein on here, so I'm glad that they made that indication, because a lot of times it would just say like moisture replenishing mask or deep conditioning mask or whatever, and not explicitly say that protein is in this product. So I like that they do specifically point out that protein is in the product. Then I'm going to do my Cream of Nature leave-in. I'm also going to use the Kiss Scalp Fixer. After I blow dry, I'm using the Chi Silk Infusion, and then I will straighten my hair. I'm going to use my GHD Chronos today, and then before I style my hair, I'm going to use the Paul Mitchell Flexible Style Hot Off the Press Heat Protectant. Spray that on my hair before I go through and style it up. And after that, I'm gonna do the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Strengthen and Protect Lightweight Hair Oil. Now, before you shampoo or your hair or get any products in your hair, you want to make sure your hair is fully saturated. So if you're natural, your hair should be curling back up or doing something. I don't know how much heat damage you got going on. So I'm going to shampoo my hair twice. If you're using a clarifying or detox shampoo, you want to use that first and then go in with a moisturizing shampoo, because those types of shampoos are meant to really clean your hair and get everything off of it. And so you need to add some moisture back because it will strip the natural oils that you have in your hair. Now I'm going to go in with my conditioner. Oh, well, I'm still on the shampoo, but we're going to talk about conditioner. I'm going to condition my hair after I wash the second time. And this is my regular conditioner, I call it. So this is usually a conditioner that says on the back, leave in for like 3 to 5 minutes. It's not a deep conditioner. I do this because I find that I have really dry hair and I'm just really focused on making sure it stays moisturized. So I just put enough on to coat the hair. I leave it on for literally like a minute or so while I'm at the shampoo bowl, aka the kitchen sink. And another question I get frequently is, why do I wash my hair at the sink and not in the shower? Because in the shower I can't see when the water is running clear from my hair, aka all the product is out of my head, and that's a lot of people's downfall. But now I'm gonna go in and deep condition my hair for a little extra treatment. Hey y'all, we are done with washing. You saw I washed my hair twice with this Shea Moisture shampoo and then this Shea Moisture conditioner. I usually use like one conditioner, like I call it a regular conditioner. So one that says like, oh, only leave it in for like 1 minute or 3 minutes or whatever. I'm gonna do a deep conditioner now. One thing I do want to say though, this is my first time using the Shea Moisture line. This detangles my hair so easy. This is on par with the Mizani. I always feel like there is a drugstore alternative or dupe to like the high-end products. I'm just gonna take a big glob of it like I would any. I just go through and massage it all the way through. But like I said, please do what works for you. It also smells amazing. This product smells so good. So we have that massaged all the way through. Let me go wash this off my hands 1 second. Okay, so far so good. Like her. So we have this. This is a really good, inexpensive tool you can get if you are low on funds or you just don't have the space. Get you a blow dryer cap. I don't know exactly what they're called, but I call them blow dryer caps. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you put this on your head, and this applies the heat to your hair without having a hooded dryer. Them hooded dryers are big and bulky. They take up a lot of space. This, you just put the cap on, and you see it came in this little bag like this. You can just fold it up, put it right in that bag. I would definitely recommend this if you are getting into silk presses, because deep conditioning is gonna be your best friend. Applying heat to your hair, you wanna make sure you deep condition. I mean, deep conditioning is just good for your hair in general, but I feel like for a silk press, the one thing that people miss a lot is that your hair needs to be very, very nourished and moisturized in order for the silk press to last. So you just attach the hose here, it's stretchy, and you attach it onto your blow dryer. Whatever blow dryer you got will work. It doesn't need to be a fancy blow dryer. And then my blow dryer goes to 2 heat settings and 2 fan settings. I just do it on the first fan setting and then the first heat setting. Now it's time for a second rinse. We're getting all the deep conditioner out. And as you saw, I worked that product really good into my hair. So this is a really important rinse where I want to make sure I'm getting all the product out. If your hair ever feels like sticky or pasty or just heavy, you probably didn't get all the product out. And that's why I said before, I like to rinse and do my hair in general in the kitchen sink, because I need to see if that water is still murky or if it's rinsing clear. And if it's still rinsing a bit murky or sudsy or something like that, there's product still in your hair that you need to get out. Now, my biggest tip is when you think you're done, just keep rinsing some more. You can never rinse enough. But what you're about to see me do is adjust the temperature of the water, and that's for my cold water rinse. So if you're using warm water to wash your hair, you're using heat with your deep conditioner, you're opening up the hair follicle and the hair cuticle, you need to seal it back up to seal in the moisture that you've just infused in your hair, and a cold water rinse will do that. Most licensed professionals will tell you this. Anytime I ever went to the salon, when they got done with the conditioner and everything, I knew that cold water rinse was coming, and that is to seal the hair back in. And that's why they say cold water rinse will make your hair shiny, because it's closing up the hair cuticle. Light will reflect off of smooth hair, and then you will have shinier hair, but it will also be more moisturized and stay moisturized for longer. Girl, I thought I was filming this whole time. So we rinse. Now let's detangle. I am going to be using my blow dryer brush from GHD. You can use a regular blow dryer and a brush. That works just the same. And if you have fully natural hair, you're going to want to go ahead and like section your hair off at this time. Now, people ask me all the time, how dry should your hair be when you go into blow dry it? You kind of want it to be dry. You don't want it to be too, or not dry, wet. You don't want it to be too dry. If it's too dry, you can't manipulate the hair, especially if it is natural. If your hair is relaxed and it dries out a bit, that's kind of okay. You can kind of get away with that. But if your hair is natural, you're not gonna get to like straighten out that curl as much as you want to. Honestly, I probably should have did the Mael treatment right after shampooing and then did the conditioner from Shea Moisture after. Most protein treatments can kind of leave your hair a little hard. So we're gonna take some of the scalp fixer. I just get it really good on my fingertips and I just go in. It's for your scalp, so it doesn't need to really be on the hair. That's another thing. When you are using products, pay attention to what it is for. This is called the scalp fixer. So you don't need to take this serum and be putting it all over your hair. It's not for your hair, it's for your scalp. We're gonna take our cream of nature leave-in. Now this is another part where y'all mess up. You saw how much I put in there? You don't need a whole lot. You don't need a ton. A lot of people are applying too much product after they have washed their hair, and that is what is making your silk press weigh down. Now to blow dry my hair, I always section it off in 4s and then I'll work in smaller sections from there. Like I said, I'm using this GHD Duet blow dry. It's a blow dryer brush, but you can just as easily use a blow dryer with a concentrator in a brush, or you can use a blow dryer with a comb attachment, or just use a blow dryer with a brush. I have lots of tutorials where I've done all 3 of them, so it's really up to you and your preference. I honestly don't believe you need the most expensive blow dryer out there though, because when I was doing my hair back in college, I didn't have a lot of money to get my hair done. I was using like the cheapest blow dryer I could find, as long as it gets hot. And people will ask me like, what temperature do I blow dry on? Whatever temperature I feel most comfortable with, and make sure you're using a leave-in that has heat protectant in it. So find products that do more than one thing. My leave-in, I believe it has heat protection in it, but I could be wrong. But most of the times my heat protectant is already in the leave-in, and that's how you can just make sure that you're covered like that, so you don't have to use a leave-in conditioner and a heat protectant, because once you start layering in the products, it's very easy to use too much, and now you've weighed your silk press down. It's not, you know, flowy, shiny, bouncy, and all the things that you like. But again, use what works for you, use what you have available to you. You don't have to go out and buy the most expensive things, but if you're looking to invest in something, I do really like this tool. So I'm done blow drying my hair. You are gonna have the feeling like I need to get my hair straight as possible. You hear people say that, and stylists specifically say get your hair super straight in the blow dry, so then you don't have to do that much work. Very few people can do that. I'm not saying nobody can. Maybe you can, or like, you know, your friend can or whatever. But if you're a beginner, I don't want you to focus on that. I want you to get your hair smooth. And smooth and straight are 2 different things, okay? You can have a smooth surface that is not necessarily straight, okay? Now, right now, my hair is smooth. And you wanna know how I know that? Because there is shine already. You should have a natural shine to your hair in the blow dry. And I didn't put any sort of serum or anything on my hair yet. All I did was spray this on there. And this is the Strength and, oh, I got a hair in my eye. Got a hair. This is called the Strength and Shine leave-in conditioner. But even without using this conditioner, I do have a natural shine to my hair. So if you do have a product that is gonna help you with shine, great. But I feel like that's one of the biggest indicators if your hair is smooth. There are 2 things that I want you to do before you move on to the next step. One, you're gonna do what I call my blow dry test. You're gonna run your hands over your hair. Does it feel like there is product on your hands after you run your hands through it? Does it feel like oily, greasy, sticky, tacky, gummy, pasty, any of those things? If it does, I can guarantee you 2 things. One, your hair is probably not shiny. If it's greasy or oily feeling, it could be shiny, but like pasty and stuff like that, it's probably not shiny. And 2, your silk press is not gonna turn out how you want. Whether it's the conditioner, whether your leave-in conditioner is too heavy, a lot of times that can be it. That's why I say use something lightweight. And when you're using your leave-in conditioner and things, I say that your product should be baked into your hair. Everybody is so afraid of heat damage these days. If the kitchen too hot, get out, or whatever that saying is, I don't know. Like, if you are trying to do a silk press on your hair, and this is how you intend to continue wearing your hair, you can take all the precautions for heat damage and whatnot, but please, for the love, do not be over here blow drying your hair on cool. Now, I know somebody, because there's always one, that's gonna come in the comments and say, I blow dry my hair on cool and I get it straight, blah, blah, blah. Great for you. That's not the case for most people. Blow drying your hair on cool, like, you need some heat to smooth that hair out, to straighten it out a bit, okay? And actually, I want you to do your blow dry test before you get to this point. You're gonna do your blow dry test when you're done with like half your head, because the thing that you don't wanna do is take the time to blow dry your whole head and then realize you gotta go back and wash it. That's so annoying. The other thing that I want you to be on the lookout for when you do this is feel your roots. Are your roots still wet? I feel a little moisture pocket right here. That's not unusual for me. You're gonna give your hair a beat. You're not gonna go in and straighten it right away. I talked about this on my TikTok. If you're not following me there, at Niara Alexis, I post stuff every single day. And some people were like, oh yeah, like I wait and do it the next day. We're not making this wash days. This is wash day. It's getting done today. Go do something else for like 30 minutes. Let your hair just like relax for a second. I'm also gonna go in with the Chi Silk Infusion, okay? Now this is my serum that I put on my hair before sorry, I had to get it in my phone frame. Before I actually flat iron my hair. Okay, there you go. That's how much I'm using. A lot of you are using too much product when it is time to put in product after. Like, you make it all the way to this step, maybe you pass the blow dry test and everything and it feels good, and then you want to load on every oil, every cream, every serum onto your hair before you flat iron it. You don't need as much product as you really think you need, but just be sure to work it in all over. So you see how I'm kind of separating the hair? I'm making sure I get the perimeter. I'm getting back here. And I use like a dime size amount. When I was relaxed, I would use even less than that. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna give myself a beat. I'm gonna give myself a minute. I'm gonna go get some dinner. I'm gonna keep watching Netflix. Let's get on to our flat iron of choice. This is the GHD Chronos. Now, the GHD Chronos is a pretty penny. If you have some money to spend, or you're like, I'm looking to invest in a good flat iron, highly recommend her. Black Friday coming up. Christmas is coming up. I know they're bound to have some sales. Last year for Niara's Beautiful Christmas, I gave out 3 of these, but I know that these are pricey. I have an affordable flat irons playlist on here that I've reviewed a couple of flat irons that are like in the $50 to $100 range, I want to say. Check that out. Like, it's not necessary to go out and spend the most money possible as soon as you do it. And a lot of people think that the more you spend, the better the product will be. That's not always the case. How high of a temp are you flat ironing your hair on? Because again, a lot of y'all are real scared of the heat. I don't know why you even in here. I'm sorry. This flat iron does not have any settings. You see that button right there? It's an on button. That button. Sorry, that is it. It flat irons at 365 degrees. I used to be a person that would only style my hair if the flat iron went up to 400 and above. But when I used to do my hair, before I even started doing content, people would ask me in the street, what salon do you go to? And I was using a little $20, $30 flat iron that I got at like CVS or Target or whatever convenience store that was around. You do not have to have the most expensive flat iron. You just might have to work with it a little bit more. Now, a lot of you are too impatient. You're trying to, you see how thin of a section that is? And I could even go smaller, to be honest with you. Yeah, like that. You see how small of a section that is? You can see through that hair. Y'all are trying to take sections of hair that are this big. That's not gonna work. If you have kinky hair, you need to be working in thin, small sections. How many passes do you do? How many passes do you think I should do? Get your hair straight. End of story. Get your hair straight. Now, do I think you should be over and over again? No. I think you just gotta work your way up. Y'all trying to do too much at once. You're trying to get your blow dry perfectly straight the first time. You're trying to get your hair straight in one pass. You're trying to get the perfect flat iron curls. Just start. What I do is I start with a pass at my roots, getting my little edge right there to get it straight at my root. I call this my chasing comb. It makes it so easy to chase. I'm gonna show you how I can do it with a regular comb, but I'm gonna show you how you do it with this. So I'm gonna put the chasing comb around where I stopped. The chasing comb goes first, the flat iron follows. Because what the comb is doing is combing out the hair before the flat iron gets there. I see people do this where they're combing, like the flat iron is going down here and then the comb is on top. Why would you do that? Okay, the dryer is really going crazy. I'm sorry if y'all can hear that. The hair needs to be combed before the flat iron hits it, not after. So I'm gonna put the comb on and it's going to comb the hair before I flat iron. And that's how I get my ends all the way, like the straightness, all the way down to the end. If you're one that's asking, how do you get your root straight? You gotta get the flat iron up there. Y'all be scared to get the flat iron. Y'all scared of heat damage, and then y'all scared of heat in general. You see how I'm pulling my hair taut? This flat iron is on them. And I'm pulling down. It's on them. Don't be starting the flat iron down here. You're missing like a whole half an inch of your root. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how you can chase with a regular comb too. I just think it's much easier to do it with this, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with the regular comb. So you're gonna bring it underneath and you're gonna follow like so. It does the same thing. Both things do the same thing. So if you have a rat tail comb, you don't have to go out and buy this. I just like this and prefer it. I'm gonna get back to watching my show. I'm gonna let you guys watch and we're gonna flat iron this hair. So a question that I get asked about a lot is my hair is puffing up as soon as I'm done, or even while I'm doing it, before I even move on to the next section, my hair is puffing up. And I think that there are two reasons why that might be happening. Your hair isn't moisturized enough, and your hair is literally trying to pull moisture out of thin air, and then it's reverting, or your hair isn't dry enough. And that's why I tell you to wait maybe 30 minutes before you go in to straighten your hair. Because if your hair is still a little bit damp, it might like feel dry, but it's not truly dry, like to the core, like to the bone dry. Then what you're doing is like steaming the hair, and the smoke that you're seeing come up from your flat iron is not smoke, it's like actually steam, and you're introducing moisture to your hair, or more moisture to your hair already before you're even done with it. So make sure your hair is fully dry and make sure that your hair is moisturized, and I feel like those two things will really help if that is something that you're experiencing. Now I also want to say it does not matter how long it takes me to do this. People will ask me like, oh, how long does it take? I'm thinking I'm taking too long. It don't matter. When you first start doing this, it's gonna take you longer than you think, okay? Set aside time, set aside a morning and afternoon where you know you are unbothered and you can sit and do your hair. The more you do it, the faster you will get. But when you first start off doing this, it is going to take you some time to get to a point where you can do your hair in an hour and a half. While I'm filming, it's going to take me a long time because I'm filming content for y'all, for TikTok, for YouTube, for Instagram, for every single place. I have like 5 cameras up at the same time. So it doesn't matter how long it takes me. But you're going to make sure you use small, thin sections, because nothing is worse than going through this full process, trying to rush to get to the end result, and the end result is not even what you want. Use the small, thin sections. Patience. What they said on Dreamgirls. Little sister or brother, don't care. Like, take your time, okay? You're gonna take your time and do this. Now, I also want to talk about trimming your ends, okay? Because a lot of people try to find a product, a deep conditioner or whatever that will help with the split ends, with the breakage. If you have breakage, hear me loud and clear. Nothing is gonna help with that, baby, until you cut it off. You're listening to this and you're thinking like, dang, I ain't had my ends trimmed since March. You're asking for a pixie cut in your future. Don't say I didn't tell you. Split ends travel up the hair shaft. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So the longer you leave the breakage and the damage on your hair, the worse off your hair is going to be, and the more you're going to have to cut it when it comes time for that day. If you're not playing around, because I know some of y'all just like to do a little snip, a little snippy snip on the end, and then it don't be getting nothing. Get the ends trimmed. There's no product that's going to help that. Products help maintain the health. They're not going to magically make your hair healthy again. That's not a word, healthy, but whatever. Another thing, and the last thing I'm gonna leave you with while we're doing this process, is you'll learn what you like, which might be different from what I like, and that is perfectly okay. But all I want you to do is just start doing it so that you can figure out what that is, what you like and what your hair likes. That's the most important thing. I finished the flat iron, the silk press, if you will. A lot of people like to argue like whether a flat iron is actually silk pressing your hair. Okay, whatever. So once you get to this point, you can really do whatever you want. Style it up however you want. I do this because this is what stylists did to me. They never went in, my stylist, they never went in and straightened my hair and styled it at the same time. They fully straightened my hair all the way through, and then they would be like, what kind of style you want? Sometimes I'd be like, just leave it like this. And they'd be like, can I bump the ends? Before I actually style my hair, I use another heat protectant. I'm just gonna spray it all over. So I just sprayed it on top, but I'm gonna lift it up to get it in all of the hair. And then we'll go in and style. So I'm gonna go in and style my hair This is a super easy, beginner friendly type of style. I know a lot of people have issues with the flat iron curls. And honestly, if you just have a good flat iron, you shouldn't really need much else to get the hair done. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll keep watching Netflix at the same time. Like I said, you can literally style your hair however you want. Once you have it straight, you can leave it straight for all you want to do. One thing I do want to talk about though is how you're maintaining your hair at night. Let me know if you guys want to see a detailed like nighttime routine video. I have a couple posted on my TikTok already, but if that's something that you would like to see here, let me know. Like where I can like really sit and flesh everything out with you guys. What I do to maintain my hair so it doesn't get greasy so fast is two things. I get a dry shampoo and I pin curl my hair at night. You know how we used to like wrap our hair when we was little and wrap it in a circle? What that's doing is taking the oils from your scalp and moving it all the way down your hair strand, and that's why your hair is getting oily like on day 3. That's how it used to work for me. When I pin curl my hair, it does not do that. My hair stays nice, full, and bouncy really, really long time, like to wash day. Then a dry shampoo, I use it maybe 2 to 3 times a week. You only need a little bit of this at your roots. Don't be spraying it all crazy and willy-nilly. I'll have my suggestions linked down below in my Shop My. You can get really affordable ones. You can get fancy ones. It don't really matter. Just make sure they don't leave too much of a white cast. Okay, so makeup is fully done. I might have a TikTok that's already live. So let's take down the hair. Let me get my other camera, make sure I start it. And these are the little pins that I'm using. I didn't really show you guys. You can get them at a beauty supply store. I got these off on Amazon, I think. You can get them like literally anywhere. And pinning the hair, if you're curious, like what does it do? It just helps to hold the curl so that your curls don't fall as fast. You're letting the hair cool in like that curled state. Because if you curl your hair and you just let it drop while it's hot, the curl is naturally going to fall quicker. You see that? That's how you want your hair to move. These out. Earlier this year when I took my braids out, I did cut curtain bangs in my hair. So that's why it's a little shorter up here at the front. Somebody like, I think they was low-key trying to be cute. They was like, oh, like I have breakage right there too. Brush everything out. This is just a large wooden paddle brush. It literally is no brand on here. At the end of my style, I always like to use a lightweight oil, okay? So this is the Shea Moisture Strengthen and Protect Lightweight Hair Oil. I really like the Olaplex Bonding Oil. I like the Heritage by Mindy Argan Oil Elixir. Kristen S has a working serum. Those are both good drugstore options. Cream of Nature has a hair oil that's really nice. Dove has an oil that's like in a similar package to this. That's nice. Verb Ghost Oil is really nice. Again, all of my recs will be down below. I will say Shop My. Or actually I'll say Shop My Hair Recs and it'll link to my Shop My so it doesn't confuse you guys. And all of my product recommendations will be in that link. So do like just a little bit. That's how much you can see. It's like in my hand, it's kind of spread out, but it's a watery oil. Try to stay away from like thicker oils. Go ahead and subscribe. Every Sunday, usually another tutorial is going live. This was just meant to show you, you can get these results at home. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. All right, we gotta try to get a thumbnail. Try to get our thumbnail. Okay, that's all I have time for.